fastest in the market. Also, the special metal that we use is 50% stronger than the metal in other high-end smartphones. My first language may not be engineering, but I do know that this stuff will not bend. I mean, what our engineers and designers accomplished with the glass and metal is really amazing in terms of bringing together technology and design to create something awesome. Everything about the exterior is amazing, but inner beauty is just as important, if not.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here to talk about our new design philosophy, design with purpose. We've been driving relentless innovation in our user interface, and we are listening. The changes we've made were suggested by customers and our friends on the internet. We focused on the essentials. We reimagined the user experience so it's more intuitive and simpler to use. We started with a more logical structure and reduced the depth to the menus and settings. Plus, we swapped out abstract icons and replaced them with clear, concise text. We removed everything that got in the way of you having the best experience. No more unnecessary alerts and notifications or struggling with hard-to-use and hard-to-find features. Thanks to powerful processors and a streamlined interface, lag or stuttering is gone. Even the smallest gestures are registered. More than ever, these devices are insanely responsive. Our new phone's visual experience is also exactly what you've been waiting for. As you can see, we used bright and simple colors to make everything more clear and better organized. And you'll see this idea throughout the interface. These are the app pages, which we made more legible and simpler. We also use color codes to make quick associations with specific apps. So, green is a phone, purple is video, orange are contacts. Now, let's dive into the details. Take a look at the camera controls. Everything you need is right at your fingertips. See how easy it is to add an effect to your photo? Again, you'll be able to spot and understand the icons faster because we added labels. And tapping a single button gives you all the commonly used options at a glance. Don't you love it? The most wonderful part of all, no scrolling. It's also great for casual photographers. Thank you. It's also great for casual photographers, simple and streamlined. But if you want more advanced controls, there's a separate professional mode when you're feeling more creative. Cool. Now let's talk about the edge. We created a meaningful space. The curved screen, which we call the edge, connects to the people and information that matter to you. Plus, there's a new feature that lets you use the edge to stay in touch with your favorite people. You can assign a color for up to 5 contacts. The edge will then glow in that color so that you can see who's calling, emailing, or texting you without ever having to lift the phone. And don't we all agree? It's so frustrating when the big boss is calling and there's no way you can answer the phone. Well, just place your finger on the heart rate sensor and off goes the one-touch auto reply. Sorry, JK. And on top of that, you can have up to 5 contacts you missed show up right on the lock screen with options for immediate action so you can connect right away. it's been exciting to share with you the breakthroughs we made in design. First, the design of the exterior, sleek, solid, and durable. Second, the user experience, simple, fast, and all designed with purpose. Now, my colleague from the product strategy and marketing team will tell you more about the power of these devices. Please welcome Justin Dennison. Thank you.
You get something truly unique. The S6 and S Edge now set the performance bar for the entire industry. This is how. It starts with the processor, one of a kind. It has a 64-bit architecture built using 14-nanometer technology. It's a world's first in a smartphone. It's more powerful, but also smaller and easier on the battery. To put this in perspective, it has 20% faster performance and is 35% more efficient than the 20-nanometer chip in the Galaxy Note 4. Next, we went beyond the industry standard DDR3 RAM and instead used DDR4, boosting running memory by greater than 80%. For your data, we've developed all new flash storage technology. It's a fusion of the SSD in PCs and mobile flash. It's fast, 5 megapixels. We used an f1.9 lens instead of the f2.4 lens. That lets in 60% more light. And we increased the pixel size by 43%, meaning more light noise and better low-light photography. And that real-time HDR I mentioned, another world's first. That's going to make a huge difference when you're capturing the moment, especially in low light. Let me show you. Here's a close-up taken with the S6 in a dimly lit bar with no flash. I mean, there's never been a front camera as powerful as this. It is a remarkable achievement. But don't worry, we didn't forget the back. You're looking at the level of quality you get with the rear camera. Look at the crispness, the rich colors, the details in the background. It has a 16-megapixel sensor and the same amazingly bright f1.9 lens. We also included the optical image stabilization feature introduced on the Note 4. Check this out. This is the difference you will see right off the bat. And no touch-up, no tweak settings, no photoshopping. It's incredible. And we didn't just improve still images, video even better. So, what you're looking at now was shot with the iPhone 6 Plus. Oh. It's a little hard to tell what this is, but I think it's a couple sitting. Can you show me a better video of that? Same scene, same lighting conditions, same everything. That's shot with the S6. Cool, right? We are tremendously proud of what we've been able to achieve, and it's all because of the incredibly bright f1.9 lens. We can't wait to see what you'll create with it. Another thing we heard from you is that you wanted to be able to take a picture at a moment's notice. For me, to see all three of my kids smiling, getting along, posed perfectly with a well-behaved dog, when that happens, if it happens, I want to capture it right then. Our answer? The S6 camera is always on standby, which means it launches in less than a second. So when that must-capture moment happens, just double-click the button, and the camera is on in an instant. Thank you. And what happens if everything's moving around? Not a problem, because the camera will follow your subject, keeping it in focus. All you need to worry about is pressing the shutter. This is made possible by a brand new feature of the Galaxy S6 family, object tracking autofocus. Those are just a few of the highlights of the amazing S6 camera, your perfect companion to capture any moment. Now, let me expand on what Mr. Shin was talking about with regards to Samsung Pay. I mentioned earlier that we didn't want to go with a built-in battery until we were absolutely sure the technology was right. The same goes for making purchases with your mobile phone. We believe that for any payment service to be successful, universal acceptance is critical. NFC is not universally accepted. In the US, for instance, it limits your purchasing options to less than 10% of merchants. That leaves a greater than 90% chance you won't be making a mobile purchase when you go shopping. That's why we developed Samsung Pay, which will allow you to use your Samsung phone to pay anywhere that accepts credit cards, debit cards, or NFC. Thank you. With our innovative technology called MST, Samsung solves the acceptance problem. It's groundbreaking because MST allows you to use mobile payments even when a merchant only supports magstripe. It's so simple to use. You swipe up from the bezel to activate Samsung Pay, authenticate with your fingerprint, and then tap it to the card reader, and you're done. Samsung Pay is also secure. When you're making a purchase, you're protected two ways. Your fingerprint starts the process, and your card information is encrypted through tokenization. No card data is stored in the device or with Samsung. To deliver a best-in-class mobile payment solution, Samsung has partnered with major payment networks such as MasterCard and Visa. Our partnership ecosystem for Samsung Pay is also expanding to include more global financial institutions, such as American Express, Bank of America, Chase, Citi, and US Bank, to name a few. Starting this summer in the US and Korea, Samsung Pay will be accepted by far and away more merchants than any other offering. And that's what we mean by getting mobile payments right. Now, let's wrap it up. A next-level processor, best all-around display, a powerful battery that now supports wireless charging, the fastest, brightest camera on the market, and convenient mobile payments. That's how we've raised the bar. And finally, the all-new Galaxy is not only perfect for personal life, it's also ready for business right out of the box. To tell you more, I'd like to introduce a colleague of mine, Gregory Wade.
Craft, invent, and see things in a whole new way. We're always looking ahead to what's next and making it happen now. Because it's when possibility becomes a reality, when tomorrow becomes today, when next becomes now, we feel most inspired. The all-new Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. Next is now.